When it comes to college sports, Dr. Jamie Williams is a very different kind of director of athletics. But then the teams at his school are made up of a very different kind of athlete. They're all artists. Now in their fourth year of competition, the Academy of Art University Urban Knights field over a dozen teams in a variety of sports.
Having spent my life in locker rooms and around athletic administrators, it was kind of a natural. Now I was also, or I am also, an artist. So, you know, as a writer-director, but when you're that person, you're also around, you know, illustrators and painters and designers and advertisers. You know, we're all we all have a kind of a synthesis or a symbiotic relationship with each other. So I knew the feel.
And known for a variety of things throughout his career, Dr. Williams made his name as an NFL tight end with the 49ers and Raiders, among other teams. He also played a large role in the creation of the film Any Given Sunday, and has a knack for thinking in character, be it as a superhero like Spider-Man, one of his favorites, or as a screenwriter living a reality many could only dream of.
I'll be honest with you, when I'm out there in the huddle, I'm thinking screenplays. I'm thinking scenes when I'm doing this. Like somebody would say something in the huddle and I'd go, oh, that was good dialogue. You know what I'm saying? Or I would be sitting there and we're waiting for a TV timeout and I could see where a guy's standing over here and there's cheerleaders over there and the fans are going up and down in the back, and you go, that would be a good scene right there, you know? And that's what our kids are like. They will take their cameras to practice and to games, and they will take shots. They will look at our uniforms and talk about how they could design them different. So it's really about being kind of kinetic.
He pursued graduate school while still playing in the NFL, and after completing his doctorate, the opportunity to create a college sports program from scratch was just too good to pass up. Now the Academy of Art plays in the Pacific West Conference, a league of NCAA Division II teams. A recent golf tournament in San Francisco's Presidio to support the program brought out a variety of stars and some good-natured ribbing from the greatest of all time.
Hey, worst host ever. This guy right here, he's the worst host ever.
Do you really believe that? You know what I'm saying? I taught this guy how to play golf, but I went into the office and he stayed out on the links, so that's the difference.
Well, you know, I look at football as being an art, you know, because of the way you have to go out there and play and really the creativity that you have to have on the football field also. And it's funny because a lot of football players, a lot of athletes, we want to be actors. You know, we want to be actors. We want to get out in that world and stuff like that. But, you know, I think it's a fantastic job what Jamie is doing.
One former athlete who became an actor was the guest of honor at the event. San Mateo native Dennis Haysbert has lived the role many student athletes at the Academy of Art are just now embarking upon.
First things first, if this school was around when I come out of high school, this is the school I would have gone to. I was an athlete in high school. I was an all-league, all-county defensive end, you know, wide receiver. Coming out of high school, I ran track, but I was also in the theater department, and that was my love. And of course, that's what I'm doing now. So if the school was around when I came out, this is where I would go. Two is the disciplines that are necessary for both sports and, you know, being an artist, be it a painter, a photographer, designer, actor, writer, director. You know, it's mental, physical, and emotional. So without those three things, you know, you couldn't be an athlete, and you couldn't be an artist.
Which further explains the importance of blending an arts curriculum with athletic expression.
Well, I always use this analogy. I mean, this is, you know, we are the warrior poets. Our athletes are warrior poets. They're no different than Alexander the Great back in the day when he's being taught by Aristotle. Well, he was being taught in dance, music, arts, as well as warfare and strategic planning. And this is what our kids do. You know, they know how to time management, they know how to get up when they've been knocked down, but they are kinetic learners. They like to do things with their hands because their sports are hands and feet. And you know, you look at the great sculptors, they're all pretty good athletes because they got to get in and they got to do things with their hands. I think our athletes have multiple passions, but the passions are you know, they're together, they're combined. You know, they're not mutually exclusive, they're inclusive to each other.
And the friends of Dr. Williams are in no way surprised that this is where all of the various interests throughout his life have led him.
This guy, to watch him on the football field with all his antics and stuff like that, the Purple Rain, all of that, Spider-Man, all of that. Now to see him, you know, doing what he's doing, you know, I think that's the reason why the athletes are out here supporting him.
To create anything, really, it takes courage, it takes guts, it takes a vision, and you got to be a bull to that vision. Because when you're in the garage, when you're in the laboratory, when you're in the kitchen, trying to conjure up, you know, what you hope to be the future, it's a lonely place. And so you got to have, you know, you got to be able to predict the future and not be afraid to go into that unknown. And for me, it's exceeded my expectation.
You're the machine.